The more things change, the more they stay the same. What's going on, everybody? It is the one and only Q here from Retro Q Game. And you may be wondering, Q, what things change and what things stay the same this time? Well, things change. Time changes, generations changes, promises changed, specifications change, everything changes. But as everything changes, everything stays the same. And in this case, lies, broken promises, and the fact that I'm always right stays exactly the same. So what are we talking about in this video? Well, as we sit here right now, just about a month ago, Microsoft had their proper reveal, if you will, of next generation gameplay. We're not going to get into the whole specifics about what was and what wasn't next gen and what was and what wasn't gameplay. But, well, here we are, 1 month after that. And less than 1 day after Sony's version of it, where they showed off PlayStation 5 games and gameplay and whatnot. And both of these companies, as of right now, sit here exposed. All these lofty promises, all this hype machine, all this everything. Ray tracing, 4K, 60 frames per second, 120 frames per second, 8K, all of this has been completely exposed. Because not only last month did it kick up a storm when we had the likes of Assassin's Creed Valhalla and the fact that it was not going to be 60 FPS and it will be a 30 FPS game, and next generation consoles will allow 30 FPS games right moments after, in Microsoft's case at least, Aaron Greenberg specifically said that 60 will be the default output. And here we are yet again, less than 1 day after Sony's version of all of this. And what do we have to look forward to? We have a non-4K 60 version of Demon's Souls Remake. Because it has been announced that there will be 2 modes to choose from in Demon's Souls Remake. You can choose the graphical fidelity option, which will likely be 4K 30, and then you will have the non-graphical fidelity option, which will basically be the performance mode, where you can pick and prioritize frame rate over everything. Of course, this will come at a hit to visual fidelity, so it will likely drop it from something like 4K 30 with higher settings down to something like maybe 1440p with higher frame rate, like 60 FPS, and probably lower settings. But here is the conundrum that we sit upon, and the fact that all of these consoles that have promised the world and are failing to deliver, we are still months prior to launch. And the frame rate issues and resolution problems, the checkerboard upscaling, the all questionable resolution and dynamic scaling, it all still repeats. The cycle still repeats. You're going into next generation. You shouldn't have to choose one or the other. Thankfully, PC exists, and that's why we don't have to choose. But as of right now, every single game going forward announced for the Xbox Series L, as well as the PlayStation 5, sits exposed. Sony, Microsoft, exposed. And you can thank the glorious Q that PC gaming still exists and will always, always, always be the superior option.